something you ever thought you would see Rocco Fowler and Jason Marshall together on the same show, but it's happening, man. How's it going, Rocco?
It's going, man. I can't complain. I you know had to like take a step back from the community as a whole because it just was becoming one great big toxic pit
Yeah.
of lies. Of let's just set the record straight here on this show as well as the Jake Hudson show was as well. Um, Giggle Pickles was going around saying that I had a family lawyer. I will admit I did say I have a lawyer, but I did say I was going after Tards on deck. I never said anything about Jason.
Yeah.
I never said anything about you. At that point, I was going after TOD. But
Yeah.
then I had a conversation with Waters, and Waters said, "How about let's dead all of this stuff?" And we deaded it. So yeah, they still watch me. They said they're still gonna watch my content. Whatever. That's okay. That's cool. I don't mind. But the making fun of people, we got to be more creative with our brains than just sitting there thinking, making fun of each other on a StreamYard or whatever. You're going to get views. You're going to pop views. No, I decided to start a weekly show with Jake every Wednesday night, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
said to Jake, I said, we'll do it like this. I will line people up that I know that will come on. I said, but the minute they hear something or feel uncomfortable, they don't say anything. They just hit the off button.
Yeah.
These are people that are willing to come on and talk, but some are survivors of, being indoctrinated in the system.
Hmm.
Also sent to private schools that like Paris Hilton went to, where I was almost sent to. It's Provost, I believe, in somewhere in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you almost got sent to Utah?
yeah. When I was about 10 years old,
Okay. You said you were going to private school there, and that's why?
I was gonna go. Thank
Okay.
God I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, Utah's a crazy place, man. I knew a guy that went there, and
Well,
wow.
this school is well known as being a bad environment. I
Yeah.
believe there's actually movies on it.
Hmm. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I appreciate you not being involved in the whole lawsuit thing. I don't know how she thought that was going to go. I mean, there was never a lawsuit, so what she think was going
Well,
to go.
well, kind of with like sometimes we say things and we don't realize we incriminate ourselves right on right on in public. We incriminate ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. For instance, it's like this. It's like you have a famous rapper, right? But then
Mhm.
you have a president that's threatening the community. And shout out to Louisiana, our boy Boozy Mother Bad. You know what? Shout out. Hopefully he's free now. You can only give the feds for so much money. They don't need all your money. And I feel that there's a lot of targeting going on there as well. Even with the independent industry, is they're targeting people with for doing a video shoot and having a firearm on them just during a video shoot. That's it.
Right. Real quick
Through
before
Instagram, nonetheless. Through Instagram.
Hey, real quick before I forget, man, you were talking about Jake and TOD and all that. They were, when TOD showed up in Jake's stream the other day, in the chat, they said that they were there to support you. And Jake never brought that up. And they asked him to, but they never said. I don't know if that would matter or not. I just
I
thought,
heard it. No, I spoke with Jacob Waters actually right after,
oh, okay.
and he told me what happened and what they said, and showed me the message and all. So,
All right. Well, that's cool.
Some production company or whatever, production something.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But anyways, so it's like you can incriminate yourself, and not even know that you are. And also, you get locked up nowadays, and especially federal for like this guy here, this famous musician, and he already paid $50K because he got a bond finally, and then he turned around and they wanted another $50,000. So he ended up paying $100,000. Plus, he had all these stipulations. He can't leave the country. It's wrong.
Yeah, I feel you.
But they let go do whatever he wants. That's what I mean. There's a big divide in this country right now, and nobody sees it. All they see is Republic or Democrat. It don't matter anymore. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah, it just matters how much money you got anymore. If you're poor, you're at the bottom. If you're rich, you're at the top. And there's not a
That's not necessarily true. You were like I was explaining to Jake. I said, we don't have to do talk shows all the time. I said, I have, a musician, which I sent you the video. Shout out to Just Trey, the real Just Trey. Go to his channel on YouTube, hit like and subscribe, and listen to his newest song, Legend. Oh my God. It's a banger. It's a banger. It lets you know that you could do whatever you put your mind to wanting to do.
Oh yeah, man.
And then you have all the haters in the background wanting to be your friend because you're blowing up now independently, and you're doing it on your own with anything. Talk shows, reaction channels. I have respect for all those people because they react to people that are, mostly independent. I don't really listen to mainstream.
Going back to the talk show stuff, man, you're doing one coming up with Jake, but what went down with Veronica Bartolini? She seems a little nuts, man.
We don't even need to get into that conversation.
Right.
Okay, see, all right. People want my clicks and they want my views, all right? Mm-hmm. When I talk about that type of stuff, some people don't even have their memories. Or some people just listen to a psychic. Or some people just, they'll believe whatever they're told. And then they'll go tell the whole world. And then they'll listen to bits and pieces of what I say. And then they'll go regurgitate exactly what I say. That's how it goes.
Yeah, she seemed, I don't even know how to describe her, man. She was talking about her dreams and how all her dreams are real, and I think that was.
Well, you know what, man? That's her own thing. I don't want to bring dirt up in the wrong area.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, mend ways with a lot of people because I don't need problems right now. I need to be able to, like I told Jake, it's called networking. You want to network with different people. You want your voice to be heard in different places. I'm up against the belly of the beast. For all the listeners, I'm a survivor of abusive, the abusive foster care system in the state of Missouri. And I'm going after guardian litums. I'm going after corrupt judges. I'm going after corrupt attorneys. I'm going after corrupt foster parents. I'm going after all of that. I'm putting my neck on the line because you know what? That's what I was chosen to do. That was what I was chosen to do. So I'm going to be shooting a documentary with a gentleman this month. All I'm going to say. It's not going to come out in 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. You might not see this for a good year because you know what? I'm going to put work to it. I'm not just going to put it out there, like it's a YouTube freebie. No, no, because it's going to take hard work, but I got the right people to do, editing and, putting things together, different scenes, how the scenes go, how we add music. I have an artist that's going to allow me to use some of his music in the documentary. So, and it's very inspiring. So
how did this documentary come about? Were you contacted or did you contact them?
well, me and someone else were just talking, and I offered it, and they jumped on it. So
Sounds good. You were talking about your show with Jake a little bit ago. What can people expect when they watch that?
you're gonna be able to expect different guests. I'm gonna be reaching out to people. I've reached out to quite a few others.
Yeah,
And
I'm
we'll
excited
just see
about
what
it.
happens. Reaction to different music videos. Um, you know, stuff like that. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Give you some music, but I'll be able to. I'll be allowed. I'll have the rights.
Yeah, you guys did a great show the other night.
Oh, they'll get better. They'll definitely get better.
Yeah, the more you do, the more chemistry you guys will have.
It's,
I want to get back to me and you, though. We were talking about that just a little bit earlier on, but I think we made up. Um, sorry about that. We made up probably what, 2, 3 weeks ago, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, because you reached out to me. I got a friend request, and I was really excited to see it was you. And we were going to talk things out. My birthday was June 9th, and I told you that I wanted to wait for us to do a video call till my birthday because I wanted it to be a little gift to myself, you know?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to thank you for that. You've come a long way, man. So I just wanted to say that publicly. I know we've exchanged words publicly that weren't so great, but figured I'd
Yeah.
give you my props while you're here, you know?
And the thing with Andre is I was not making fun of him, set the record straight. I was trying to explain to him he can't believe everything he's being told.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he'd tell me the world, this is gonna happen, or that's gonna happen, or this is gonna happen. It seems like there's this little group of people. Michael Moody, I also tell him too. I try to help him. Don't get too enraveled in the conspiracy stuff so much. I've learned a lot. I mean, yeah, there's truth to a lot of it. Don't think I don't have memory of things that I would just rather not even talk about. I'd rather move on in life because there's also the other memories that are for real memories where justice needs to be served. I'm about justice for kids today.
Yeah, and real quick back to Andre. I never really thought you were a bad friend to Andre. I thought you were always there for him. There was one episode where things got I don't even know if I'd call it heated, but yeah, even then I don't think it was horrible or anything. He's a good guy. So shout out to Andre Little.
Absolutely.
Have you
But
talked to him lately?
but sometimes. it's like, you know, you know, you don't want to just say things, just because you believe that that's going to happen right away. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you want to be careful because people will call you mentally ill. They'll call you all these different names. But at the end of the day, I always say this, right? If you're going to take a look at me, right, and say that, I'm a meth head, yeah, like, like people did, you need to take a look at yourself in the mirror, and that reflection that bounces off is who you're really truly mad at. You're not mad at me. You're mad at that image coming out of that mirror, which is yourself.
That's right. I'm glad you see
So
that now.
so so just know that from the gate from now on. I will no longer break or fold. I have a family to withhold. you know?
Hmm.
I'm
Oh,
gonna be one of the greatest stories ever told. Like I sit there and I listen to the lyrics of this artist, Just Trey, because I can relate. I can relate to it. People make fun of people. Like he says in this song, like he talks about now, all these people are contacting me, talking about wanting to be my friend now, and where have you been? But you were laughing at me when I was a kid. Joke. It's always when the person becomes more popular, that's when everybody wants to jump on their coattail. But then when they turn around and say, you know what, I don't, this guy, no. In the beginning, he treated me like crap. And a lot of people, what I've learned is, you got to watch people because people have their own ulterior motives.
yeah, that's very true.
And they say they want to be your friend, but they befriend you at the same time. They talk behind your back. They try to get you onto other live streams with people to stir you up to make you upset. I don't allow that no more. I don't allow that no more. I
Yeah.
barely do streams anymore with anybody, especially in the UFO community, especially in that community, period. Because there's no sense.
And going back to friend requests, I never really talked to you about this. And if you don't want to talk about it, I get it. But what got you to send me a friend request?
Jacob said something to me. Jacob Waters said he would like to talk to you, maybe, give him a
Hmm.
friend. And I waited a little while and I did it when I felt the time was right.
Okay.
And it was like when I did your picture popped up. That's how it happened. It just popped up in front of me and I hit boop and that's it.
Oh yeah, man.
Quest.
And I was wondering, did you get my email that I sent you a few months back?
No, I
Okay.
have. What did you send it to? Not the Rocko Fowler 11 at Gmail.
I think so, yeah.
No,
And it was
I
just
didn't
an
see
email
it.
telling you.
I didn't get it. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I blocked you on that, I think.
Uh,
I gotta try to, yeah. I had to block a lot of people on the email. Um,
I don't blame you. I'd have blocked me too, probably.
well, I mean, the things that were, yeah.
Yeah.
oh, man.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
man.
10 months ago, did you think me and you were going to be together doing a show
No,
laughing about that
no,
shit?
not at all. Not at all. It was more like I was like, at one point I was getting really pissed off. I was really about to write a real like illustrated type, song, You know what I mean? Like I was going to sit there and I was going to mix the words, or either A, I was going to pay somebody to write it, right? But it was not going to be nice at all. But, you know, like, and at the same time, I was going through other stuff, you know, like a lot of people didn't understand that. Like Pena, of course, jumps out and says Rocko did every drug after my mother made a comment about how beautiful my children are. You know, Rocco's done every drug. Well, let me tell you what. Yeah, I've tried meth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Everybody might have tried something, but they're too weak-minded, or they're too weak in general to be real about themselves. If you want to be a story, greatest story ever told, you better tell it, and you better tell it the real way, and you better not leave out a lie. That's how you got to be about this today. I'm not about, you know, haters could just watch me bump in and out the screen. That's it. That's it. You watch me, just watch me on repeat, but don't obsess over me, and don't send me emails, and don't send me messages if you're going to disrespect me. That's it.
Yeah, and I
know how to hit block now. I know how to I don't even feed into argument anymore. You know, I had to learn something. I had to take myself away from everybody in order to get my head in the right place. Because where my head was at was not a good place. Was not a good place at all. I wasn't spending time with my kids. I wasn't doing anything to better myself. I was arguing with everybody. You know, so I took myself away from everything, and I started to work on, you know, self-improvement, and then slowly got involved with a group called, you know, Unsilenced, you know, to a degree where, you know, if I hear about missing children or whatever it is, you know, about abusive schools, I investigate that stuff.
And I gotta ask, man, if you don't want to talk about this, that's fine too. But I don't want to say who told me, but they said that you told them to tell me that you called the police on me. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I said that before. Yeah, I did. But see how fast people just go and repeat everything they say? But guarantee you, they don't tell you everything they say either. They leave out the part that they say negatively.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, man. People are like that.
You know, but that's not being real. I was just real. I told you, yeah, I said that. I'm not afraid. I'm an open book now, people. I'm not afraid. I'm an open book. I have to learn to be an open book, and I also have to learn to sometimes have a little bit of an attitude, and sometimes put my chest out and let you know, keep pushing me. And so, you know, because I'm just going to push back, and when I push back, I'm going to come back with more stuff. You know, I'm going to come back with content. I'm going to come back with, you know, good testimonies. I'm going to come back with good things, because that's what pisses the hater off, is when they can't do what I'm doing because they're too busy trolling the web. They're too busy wanting to make fun of people. They're too busy, like, you know, somebody who managed a well-known wrestler taking money from a weak individual. How sick can you be? And go right ahead. Start popping your lip about me, because I got jokes for you. I wonder why John Cena fired you, or did he fire you? And I wonder how the hell somebody like you would even have a job working in the whatever the hell you want to call it.
How did you become aware of Kenny Bolin?
I've heard him through with before, like I heard everybody bow. See, this is the problem. I don't bow down to no man. I might look up to somebody like Just Trey, but I don't bow down to no man. And I feel that Kenny Bolin, that's the type of person he is.
Has he talked about you before?
No, he hasn't.
Oh,
But
okay.
he took advantage of a weak person.
What did he do? I believe you. Trust me. I'm just
The
curious.
kid in the wheelchair that Jake talks about.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
Well, yeah, there's a kid in a wheelchair, and he's, supposedly taking money from him, and the parents, you know what I mean? Like, look, man, you don't take advantage of the weak. You don't.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to teach Jake, you know what? You got to stand up on your 2 feet. So by me coming in there and being in your podcast and being your co-host, I'm not going to tolerate the shit. I'm going to say something.
Yeah, because I think Jake and Kenny had a falling out too.
Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust that guy. I don't trust him. Huh.
Well, and that's a valid point, man. He's got a book called "I Probably Screwed You Too: The Mostly True Stories of Kenny Bolin." So
But why do you need other people's money though? And why do you need to scam people? I know he's a scammer. That much I do know, and I'm sure you know that too. That he does scam people.
Yeah, he's done that his whole life. And
why the hell did he get a job working for somebody like who he was? You know what I mean?
His buddy's
and he needs money from people.
His buddy's a famous wrestling manager and just put in a word for him. That's basically it. I'm not. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Vince?
No, his name's Jim Cornette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard the name. I used to listen to, or I used to watch Hogan a lot.
Okay.
I actually had a picture of Hogan holding me. I don't know what happened to it, but when I was a baby.
Wow, that's cool.
Well, I told you I'm from the South, man. So I moved to New York at 1 year old.
I was buddies. Do you remember Sid Vicious?
I don't, man.
I was buddies with him for a while, and then I lost his cell phone number, and we haven't talked in a couple years. I still have his home phone number, but nobody ever answers landlines these days.
No.
Oh, okay. Jacob wants me to tell you that I actually used to work with Kenny. I was his co-host for a long time, and that was before the whole donation thing really took off. You know, back when we were talking, he was just trying to sell his merch and stuff like that, and that was it, man.
But this stuff will get to your head. This stuff will get to your head, and then once the merch go, you know what I mean? That's why, like, with independent, like, like where I'm headed and, writing stuff and, talking to different people and working on my own music. Ego's one thing, pride's another thing, but you kind of got to stay right in the balance beam.
Right.
You can't let go of it. That's one thing. You can't let go of it. And I was gifted with freestyle, where I can freestyle off of a beat, though. You got to put on something but I'm not into slow beats. I'm more into it's got to be a little hardcore. It's got to be a little hardcore for me to get a
You're good
jump
at freestyle.
start in my brain.
You're good at freestyling without music, though.
Yeah, yeah, but I like the music because it pumps me up. It gets me up
Oh yeah,
more, you know. And
yeah. I've
yeah,
just heard you done it before without the music, and then you did a good job.
oh, I freestyle. Yeah, I just come off the top of my head with stuff.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he's really good at rapping. I was thinking about having him on tonight just so you guys could do some freestyles and stuff, but I wanted it to just be me and you today.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll try. I mean, I don't. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not gonna start doing it. That's one thing with me is I gotta be in the mood to do it. So, but anything could sway me at one point, and sometimes I'll be like talking, and I'll notice while I'm talking, whatever I say, the word after it start rhymes, or it and that happens sometimes. So like because I'm more into it now, I'm more inclined, and like I listen to the lyrics of people's music, like the real Just Stray. Like that right there, man. That young buck right there, man. I'm telling you right now, for an independent artist
Hmm.
at 23 years old, shout out, man. Like and like I said, you got to push everything else out the way. You have to. You can't let nothing get in your lane. You can't, and people are going to hate on you. They're going to do all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, if you're doing good and you're doing good, and there are people messaging you and saying thank you, and, or you help somebody, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't have nothing to prove to anybody. And if you're an independent artist, you can tell people to go F off.
That's the
You
best part
really
about being
can.
independent.
Huh?
That's the best part about being independent.
Exactly. I don't need you. You're not paying me. You're not filling my cash app. You know what I mean?
I know what
You're
you mean.
not putting venues together for me. No. See you later. No. You're not trying to help. You're not trying to help the cause. You know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
not trying to promote it. You're not on there trying to get merch, that says something, like I need to come up with like a logo. Like there's so much stuff involved in this. But I have my mind set to doing it.
Hell yeah, man. And one thing I want to say, I don't think people know how often we talk. We talk just about every day now. And you've had some video calls with me where you've just spontaneously started rapping, man. You're really good at it. So hopefully something comes from that.
It might happen if I take a couple good hits off the, you know.
Hell yeah, I might join you in that actually. I got a couple strains in front of me. I haven't smoked
Tell
some.
you what, man, it's the best stuff that's come out.
Yeah, I got
Um,
this stuff called Blackberry Kush, man. It's amazing. Looks good, smells good, tastes good.
yeah.
It's awesome. Oh, here's a message for you. I can't. Sorry if you're in the chat and I haven't been reading much. I've been focused
Uh,
on Rocko and my phone's been blowing up. I'm packing a bowl real quick.
oh, for sure, absolutely. No, not. I will never let anyone stop me from helping others. No way.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
and do me a favor, man. Tell Jake I said hi. Because Giggle Pickle said something to him. I don't know what she told the guy,
Well, she's
but
friended me on other accounts and stuff like that too, man. And I answered to him because I wanted her to stop because of my algorithm and all that shit. And just the annoying message, the annoying friend request. Like, and then I don't know if she's playing around or it's somebody else. I don't know.
yeah,
I really don't know.
I can see
But
that because the water's not that muddy.
I'm going to make this announcement here. Crystal, I'm going to use your real name. You you basically wanted to do a show with me. I had people lined up, and you did exactly what I did not want you to do with the show. I came up with the name Truth Shocker. I told you to take everything down so nobody could use it. You did not delete the videos. You put the videos on private. Or whatever you did, and you two-faced me. I know that for sure. For sure. You two-faced me because every word that came out of my mouth was regurgitated right back to everybody. I'm glad we never did go to the courtroom because you know what? You would have had me screwed up.
Yeah, she's
I
a
wouldn't
mess.
have been able to think straight with you in the courtroom. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Number one thing you never do is repeat what something or somebody says that's involved in that party that's trying to sue the other party because that's how you get jammed up.
that's right.
Because they
Yeah,
can be recording you and then you get, what is it called? They can use that recording against you, that voice recording against you,
mhm.
and you can incriminate yourself on air.
Yeah, and she didn't even start the podcast on Podbean either. She kept talking about how Podbean was going to sue people, and the podcast wasn't even over there, man. We don't
Why,
even know what
but
to talk about.
I did. I don't know, man. That pisses me off though. But it's no longer Truth Shocker. My channel is my channel, which is breaking the cycle. Because you know what? It's you either want to be in the cycle of shit or you want to be breaking every cycle that's continuing to bring in negativity into this, atmosphere, whatever. Nah, we need to push it out of here. It don't belong here.
Hey, buddy, I'm going to give you the floor for a minute. I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be back in about 1 minute.
You got it. I got the floor. What's going on, everyone? Hope you are all doing well. Standing strong. Not letting, the haters get in the way. That's for sure. Just push them haters out the way and continue to help others. Could be a small deed. Could be a very small deed. It could be opening the door for somebody who is elderly. You do a good deed every single day. You try to do something good. You try to say something good. And habits start to form, either positive or negative. And I noticed when I took myself away from a lot of the crap, I started having more positive things happen. So,
Yeah, I think she really drug you down, man. I think she put you in a position that you didn't even realize she was putting you in. Take a
no,
sip.
I don't think I was realizing it at that point because and some people thought I was drinking, and I haven't had a drink in 5 years.
Wow. That's good.
Um, you know, but see, people don't understand when you go through like awakenings to certain things, like with the foster care system, and knowing what happened to my father, and getting basically stolen by the system. It's a humbling situation. Also, you know, the forced religion, converting somebody to a Baptist, trying to convert, trying to pressure somebody to become that, occultic type behavior, but also built right in with the government.
Yeah, because as soon as you posted that video on YouTube, it was a long time ago now. I don't think it's up anymore, but posted a video talking about how your dad was shot in front of you, and as soon as you said that, man, I was off of you. I wasn't going to mess with you anymore because I feel for you, man. That's a lot to go through.
Oh, I still wake up. I can hear the chopper that the hospital, the hospital choppers,
Yeah, the
medic unit, flying into a field that was right next to the house, and my buddy running in and grabbing me, and trying to hide me out, trying to get me to a phone. And by the time that I got to a phone and almost got in contact with somebody that would have brought me back to New York, oh, that was my camera just went off. That means somebody walked by. It signals.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a camera set up now.
Nice. Oh, was that the video you sent me earlier? I just figured that. Okay. All right. I got you now. Took me a minute. What are you smoking there, man? Do you know what strain that is?
It's like a what is it? Damn, it's like a hybrid.
Okay, those are my favorites. 9 times out of 10, anyway. I like hybrids.
But what was it? So yeah, no, you can't allow people to bring you down. You just can't. You gotta laugh at them.
Yeah, because she knew what was going on, and then I don't know. There's really no excuse for anything she did.
No,
You know, I
no.
I tried to talk to her once, man. And I sent her a bunch of messages, and we talked back and forth, and I was nice to her. I don't know what she was so afraid of, but she wouldn't talk to me one on one like you did. So I think she's got a lot of guilt, in my opinion.
Maybe, maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good chance there.
Yeah.
So what are you getting into this weekend, buddy? Taking it easy, or you got plans?
Tomorrow I have my one daughter coming for the day. Okay, so that was two people that just walked by. Yeah, so I'm gonna have my daughter over for the day and night actually. Um, I, I had talked about the dog situation before. You know, wow, people are walking by like no tomorrow. What the fuck is going on in my hallway? That's like three people. I got three clips. I got 67 clips. That's four. Four in a row.
Somebody's having a party, man. You gotta go check it out.
Oh no. I know what I know. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I can sit right here, doors locked. and see right out into my hallway.
Pretty
And
nice.
also voice talk. So if it's a cop and I say, hey, listen, do you have a warrant? Present it. And if they say no, I'll say, well, I'm not opening the door until you go get a warrant. And technically, I'm talking to you verbally right now. So there's no disobeying direct. No, I'm living my constitutional right.
As long as
You
it's
don't
not a
have a
cop like
warrant.
Veronica.
Huh?
As long as it's not a cop like Veronica.
Uh, look, I'm not even, look,
No, you
see,
don't have to talk about her. I was just making a
no,
joke, man.
no, I don't want no issue. You know, I'm trying to end a lot of people's career in the SSP. Um,
That's
and you
good.
know, fraud, where the frauds are.
Hmm.
There's so many of them, so many frauds running around telling my story in minced words, used me, abused me, and threw me out. There we go. That's the fifth one. Five.
Yeah, that whole community's nuts. So I'm glad you got out of it. There are a lot of people in there you just need to, they're bad news, you know?
There's good people in there, though, man. There's good people in there. I have a few that I talk to still, but I don't get into the full story any. It's there goes six.
I love it, man. We
Oh,
need
I
to make
love it
that a
too.
thing. We need to
Huh?
make that a thing. I'll put like a thing up. We'll have a count of how many people go by while we're talking.
No, that's my camera. Five
Yeah, I know.
people.
Yeah, I'm just saying I like that you're able to like see who's going by and all that stuff. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
I don't even see it. It's just a motion detector that flares up on my screen, and I just there goes again. Plus two,
Another
so
one.
that's seven. Ha! Oh man.
Was there anything you want to talk about before we go? My phone's blowing up. I told you earlier one of my friends went missing and trying to figure out what happened there.
Yeah, see, I can't get into that right now. I'm getting a lot of rings. I like that's this is not normal. It's not normal. Um, but yeah, I know what you're talking about, and that's probably why I'm getting those rings. Um,
Never know, man.
but we'll see what happens. You
So you
know,
want to promote anything coming up? Your documentary show with Jake or anything?
well, no, I'm not. Like I said, the documentary is going to be filmed next month, the third week. Um, there's a gentleman coming out from to California, and he's going to film. And we're going to do interviews with my mom. There's going to be a couple of different things. So, uh, locations, actual footage. I'll be speaking at some of those locations. But I want everything to be like, once it's like completely done, I
Hmm.
want to edit it. I want to, get it ready, package, start a trailer page where you'll get trailers, and then eventually at the end of the trailer, it'll show a pre-order with
Hmm.
like copies of the disc itself. Just so, bam, people start pre-ordering it. Once people start pre-ordering it, maybe Sundance will grab it, or somebody like that. like
Okay.
low key in the film. I also have a guy where I'm possibly October or going to Montauk and doing something with him, but I'm not getting into details because there's too many ears and the walls have ears. So, and you know what? Instead of fear, I just don't say anything.
Yeah,
I,
but it sounds like you got some exciting stuff coming up, though.
yeah, but this guy works for somebody who was an author, and it just starts with a P and ends with a D. If you don't know the middle initial, then whatever. But it don't matter because like he wants me to be a part of their round table at the festival. But he also wants to do like a Blair Witch movie, and it's like where we're gonna get two different, maybe more. I don't know, but we're gonna get a kidnapper, and then I'm gonna play a Montauk boy, and somebody else is gonna play a Montauk boy, but our real stories are going to kind of tie into it a little bit, but
Mhm.
not enough where people can say, "Oh, but you said," you know,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just something, Hollywood." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But that's not the point of doing it. You know,
Yeah.
it's also raising awareness in a way.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh well, that's what networking is, man. Uh, you know,
Hell yeah.
make fun. I mean, it is a traumatizing situation for the viewers that are interested in a movie about Montauk. Watch, I believe it's Incident at Montauk. Incident, and supposedly it's real footage that they found. Um, But I'll tell you this right now, after you watch that, you will not go on that property probably alone. Um, I like literally, it was weird. I had wow, it was, I was sitting there and I was watching it, right?
Hmm.
And I've noticed with the new technology that your consciousness can go basically right into the screen of a television because there's television, there's a camera, right?
Hmm.
That can basically I believe, can suck your consciousness right into the part way where you start to feel it so much that it becomes overwhelming. Like I really like at one point I have always had this dream of falling off of that tower.
Yeah, I've never seen the place, but
You don't want to, man. I mean, put it this way: if you do, be effing careful.
yeah, I probably won't check into it. I'll take your word for that.
A lot of stuff and a lot of people still go missing. Mark my words. Just because it says state park does not mean it's just a state park.
And I think we're going to end it on that, man. Um,
There's a lot of there's a lot of unanswered things about that area. So, and there's something always new. So if you're into that, if you want to check into that, there's all kinds of things on the internet.
all right, man. And well, I was going to say, where can people find you online? But I'm not sure you want that out there.
No, no,
All right.
not at the moment. Um, but I'll be around because I'll be on your show, I'm sure. Again,
Hell yeah, man. Sounds good to me.
and we'll talk more about how things went with the documentary, and I'll let you know how things are going with the music and, little by little, man, and how this how well things are going with trying to reset the system.
And CM and Jacob Waters said, "Great show and have a good night."
Not a problem. Thank you guys for tuning in.
All right, you
And
have a good weekend, Rocco.
you too, man.
See ya.